Nowadays, whenever I'm assessing people for their potential test, I always observe that there is a significant gap in their interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence. And that scares me a little bit. Because without interpersonal and intrapersonal skills, you really cannot go very far in life. What do I mean by that? So before I explain more about the gap, I need to explain what is intrapersonal and interpersonal skills. So intrapersonal skill is when you think about how you did today, basically introspection, basically able to regulate yourself, your emotions. Nowadays, we know for sure that emotional regulation or emotional intelligence is far more important than your IQ. Everybody now is becoming more and more aware. But what are we doing about it? How we are taking steps towards it, that is more important than just being aware of it. Awareness is very important. There is no doubt about that. But what are the steps you have taken recently? Because, today we have AI. I have seen certain, experts who have taken off their courses from market because they feel that it's not relevant anymore because everything is provided by AI. It is like in just less than 2 seconds, you will get everything, whatever is there. There's so many AI tools, so many AI engine. You can get all the content. You can learn so much. But then where do you lack? Where is the gap? The gap is how you are wiring along with that information, how you are absorbing and finally assimilating that information. Because absorption is also okay. Absorption is going to be on surface. But unless it assimilates in your system, you really cannot do with anything with the information. The same information can be just sitting with a person who is not taking any action. And the same information can actually just transform this world, the whole society, whole nation, because someone thought about it, because they assimilated that information in their system. So this is what intrapersonal skills they do, because you are able to think about it, you are able to process, and you are able to further build on that information. That is your regulation part also. For example, if someone ill-treated you, you were not comfortable. So what will happen? If you are just aware of the SEL, that means social and emotional learning, you will be just, you will know that, okay, I was humiliated, I am stressed, I am traumatized by that, those kind of things. That is correct, very correct. But what you're doing about it? Because that is labeling the emotions is important, but it's not enough for sure. You have to deal with it. You have to know that what do I do? Are you able to deal with that? Are you able to regulate it? If you are not able to regulate it, it is going to impact not only your psychology, it is also going to affect your physiology, your body. It is going to express in your body as well. So that is why there are so many diseases and disorder, pain, and whatnot. That is a different topic altogether, so I'm not going to mix it here. But basically, that is what intrapersonal skills do. It allows you to look inward. It allows you to think about yourself, that who you are and what are the steps which can make you better, which can improve you. So that is what the intrapersonal skills is. Now, interpersonal skill is also no less important, and in my opinion, that comes next to the intrapersonal skills. Because interpersonal allows you to interact with people in most effective way. And once you understand, you have, processed the information, you have thought inward, you have introspected, you have realized, you have absorbed the information, you have assimilated the information. The very next step is how you are going to just communicate to other people around you, with your team, with your peers, with your friends, whoever are around you, your spouse, your children, anyone, how you're going to do that. So that's also extremely important, that how you're communicating. So that way communication becomes a very powerful tool, very important skill to have nowadays, because everything can change, everything depends on that, right? If you are able to communicate your thought properly, then you can get things done smartly, and that is what I would call smartness. And not just that you have read few books, you have read thousands of books, that is not making you smart. This is making you smart, that how you are communicating. And if you don't, then you can be utter failure despite your knowledge. So this is where interpersonal skills come into play. Now, what my observation around is that, people, adults as well as children, of course, they are lacking in it. And that is causing a lot of, disorder in the sense, like it is creating, it is like becoming asynchronous. And because of that, we are not able to succeed. Like recently I got to know about a person who was fired from their job and the complaint was coming from them that people don't want to connect with me. Is it correct that a group of 50 people, they don't want to connect with you? Do you think that 50 people are wrong or you are wrong? So if you are able to think properly, if you are able to think inwardly, you will accept and agree that it is most probably somewhere something is lacking from inside, because 50 people cannot be wrong. And you have to be the team player. And believe me, being a team player is not easy. There you need communication, your intrapersonal skills and interpersonal skills are important here. So when I see students, especially the teenagers nowadays, I'm observing that they are lacking these two skills very much. Just because your young adult is able to communicate, talk, that is not enough. How they are presenting it, what was the word they are using, how they are using, what's the pitch, what's the tone, everything. Are they aware of the sensitive about the other person's emotions? Are they able to connect with them? These are not fancy words that I'm able to connect with you or not, or they are able to connect with me or not. These are real things. It is not just to say something or, do something. When we watch reels on Instagram or anywhere, actually, we feel that, people are communicating. But the thing is that are they communicating the real content, or it is all about the visual effect? If it is about the visual effect, then it is absolutely different thing. If you are able to connect with a person from your words, the way you are expressing the words, expressing your thoughts, that is important nowadays. And trust me, AI or no AI, it is going to be the most important thing in the world. So to be an effective communicator, what do you need? You need your interpersonal and intrapersonal skills to be very, very strong. So it is just a very sincere request to all of you, whether you are a professional, or you are a student, or you are just going into a new career, you are transitioning into a new career. What exactly you need is your communication ability, your emotional regulation and communication. They are all very closely related. They are very integral part of each other. So it's very important that you just understand the importance of it. Sometimes the professionals, they come to me and they know that they lack this, but they just don't want to, spend on this, because somewhere they realize that probably, this is waste of money. But trust me, it is not waste of money. It is actually going to take you to the places where you probably have not seen yourself. So understand what is interpersonal and intrapersonal skills, and just grow it as effectively as possible, because it is going to help you win against AI. AI is going to help you against AI.